Welcome back, trainers! So with the Showdown event underway, there is quite a few shiny Pokemon in the wild that you can be potentially shiny checking, like Meditite, Makihita, Mankey, and now Machop. So as you can see, I got myself a shiny Mankey. Actually, I go plus this last night while I was grinding, so that is quite nice. I mean, we had cloudy weather, and literally everything that we're finding, Machops, all these fighting type Pokemon, are having extremely high CP. So of course I find my shiny Mankey and it's a very low CP, but nonetheless there are a lot of these shinies out here for you to be potentially shiny checking, so make sure you do so. So what do I do to grind exactly? Here, I'm going to actually go to shinies really fast and we'll discuss that. I pretty much just buy Pokeballs, guys. So we do have a fairly nice spot here in Anchorage downtown where there's a good amount of Pokestops and a lot of spawns. And you could basically just go up and down the streets and catch all these Pokemon while replenishing your items or Pokeballs or whatever you needed. But personally for me, I have a different style of grind. Sometimes I do go down there, but for the most part, I'm buying Pokeballs in the shop. Now I haven't always done this, it's just more efficient for my time. And depending on the traffic and if I really want to make the trip all the way downtown, it's not a long drive or anything. It's just, I have a pretty good grind spot where I'm at. Not too many Pokestops, but I know where the cluster spawns are, and the Stardust and catches can accumulate extremely fast. So that is what I do. I basically know my area, go to these cluster spawns and just hit them all up, and then go all back around to another cluster spawn, to another spot, and then just kind of rotate. By the time I get back to the original spot, all the spawns have reappeared, and I can just simply continue the process for hours on end and just stack up that Stardust. As you can see, I'm at 5,146,000 Stardust, and yesterday I went below 5 million when I purchased that secondary move for my Lucario. So I'm already back up, as you can see, and well over. I could be a lot higher if I've been grinding harder, but I wanted to come home and get some rest last night, and I kind of slept in. And now I'm talking to you guys now. So yes, I hatched this shiny Cleffa. Didn't really get the full hatch, and when it did pop out of the egg, I was just kind of like, holy cow, very unexpected. Not the shiny I was looking for, but I'll take it because that is pretty rare, seeing that you can only get them when you hatch them. So as far as my items go, how do I balance those out? Well, as you can see for my revives, max revives, I kind of like to hold on to those for whenever I'm trying a duo or trio challenge, and if we need to keep trying over and over again, I have plenty of those. And as far as my potions go, I'm a little heavy here. I usually toss my regular potions, but if I do have Pokemon that need to be healed up, I will use those, and then the remainder ones, just simply throw them away. Max potions, a little high, but I'm looking okay here because I don't have that many fast or charge TMs, so they're not really taking up my inventory, as well as my rare candies, 556, that's quite a bit of my bag space there. So yeah, and the star pieces, a little low. I do continuously buy the box in the sell shop with the most star pieces in them. It can get a little expensive continuously buying those over and over again, as well as Pokeballs, but you know, it's a return here. I'm doing the grind so I can get Stardust, make videos, power things up, test things out, and show you the potential. So it's kind of like a return here. And then the lure modules, I'm gonna have to be purchasing a whole lot of those in the future for when I go on my vacation, because like I said, I'm going to be dropping lures for people to identify where I'm at. And if you do see me, like I said, I will add you to my friends list and give you a Pachirisu. So that should be, I'm really looking forward to this, guys. I really am. So if I so happen just only meet one person, that's fine. Because like I said, I'm not going to tell exactly where I'm going, but I still will light up the lures and see if you can find me. And then as far as the raspberries go, I feed the regular raspberries, nana berries, pineapple berries to the gym. I kind of like to hold on to the pineapple berries, a good amount of them, for whenever I open up my Miltan box. I do have those ready to go so I can maximize my candies for them, because you just want as many as you can when you open up those boxes. Golden raspberries looking extremely low. I'm usually sitting around 100 or so. I haven't been doing as many raids, so I'm a little low. And my silver pineapple berries looking very nice. You can't ever have enough of those. And as we go down, I have a whole lot of super incubators. We'll look at that in just a moment. Sunstones, King's Rock, don't need that many personally. I'm kind of holding on to them in case some sort of an event happens where we need a bunch of these stones, or yeah, to evolve Pokemon. Dragon Scale, I hold on to those the most because Kingdra is pretty good, and in case it does get some sort of new move where you need to actually evolve it to obtain that move, I kind of want to just have them ready to go. And for the upgrade, well, Porygon Z has yet to receive its signature move, Tri Attack. And when it does, I'm going to tell you right now, Porygon Z is going to be absolutely amazing. Something you're definitely going to want to have multiple of. Maybe. I mean, you know, normal type moves are not very, well, not super effective to anything. So it's not really getting any sort of benefit when it comes down to that. If you're trying to do some sort of challenge in a raid, well, I guess you can use it for that, but you're not going to be doing super effective damage to anything. But nonetheless, I still want to make a whole lot of those when they do release. So I hold on to the upgrades. And then the Sinnoh Stones looking great. And remember, you can get up to 3 rewards currently for this event by challenging any of the team leaders 3 times. And the rewards are random. And then up to 5 rewards when you battle a friend. Now, depending on how you grind, you may want to hold on to your Ultra Balls, your Great Balls, and do a lot of fast catching like that. And then just kind of push your Go Plus on the side so you can just get extra Stardust while your Go Plus is working and you're fast catching. You will get so much Stardust with your Star Piece on. And especially look for those evolved Pokemon, because you're going to get even more Stardust when you catch them. Now, the Ultra Box is what I'm buying here. Star Pieces, I really wish we can buy these individually. Really do, because spending $15 every single time, mostly for the Star Pieces, is getting a little expensive. Although this box is pretty good, 15 raid passes, that already pays for the box, and then 6 super incubators, 7 incense, and 8 star pieces. Looking great. The incense help you increase your Stardust, so not complaining there. But I really wish, like I said, you can just simply buy them in the shop individually. Now, as far as the Pokeballs go, which one do I purchase? The 20, 100, or 200? I go for the 200 every single time. You're going to save money, and you're going to get more Pokeballs for your value. It's the save money part. So that's what I do every single time. Once in a while, I just might purchase 20 if I'm low and I need to go to the store and buy more Google Play. I'll get like 20 Pokeballs just so I can continuously keep the catching going with my Go Plus, or maybe even the 100 Pokeballs. But for the most part, I'm going for 200 every single time, okay? And pretty much that's it. Now, if you're trying to buy Pokecoins here, which one do you think is the best value? Well, obviously the $100 one is, but not everybody's able to spend that much money in the game, so it just depends on your budget, okay? A lot of times I like to go for the $39.99 one, 5,200 Pokecoins, and that should be good. So I pretty much buy a $50 Google Play, and I'll purchase that one as well as the $9.99, and we'll be looking good. That's what I did last time, because you know, not every single time I could buy $100 worth of Pokecoins all the time. I mean, it gets pretty expensive, right? Another way to accumulate a lot of Stardust is going to be by hatching eggs with the super incubators, okay? This is going to require you to invest a little bit in the game, and also take note that this event is not going to yield you double Stardust for hatching eggs. It's just going to be for catching and PvPing and also raiding, okay? Raiding and PvP is not the best Stardust grind. You're going to get double, which is nice, but it's mostly going to be that catching double Stardust that you want to focus on. So yes, hatching eggs is going to be a nice bonus on the side, so just grinding with your star piece on. If you do hatch them, make sure you do in fact have that star piece, so you'll be able to get double the dust. It's not going to be anything more than that, because like we just said, it's just for the catching and PvPs and then raids. So I do have quite a bit of these incubators here. Not too sure why it says one use for 4, one use for 18. They should all be mixed together, and then one use for 53. It's kind of funny there. Then I have 144 that have 2 uses left, and then 85 with 3 uses left. So quite a bit of those because of the sale boxes that we've been having, and they've been just throwing them in there, which I'm not complaining whatsoever. Super incubators are great to get that Stardust up really fast. So I have transferred quite a few Pokemon, but these are the Machops that I'm looking at here. I have my fingers crossed that I'm going to find something around the 900 CP range for my shiny Machop, and hopefully has good IVs, because we currently still have cloudy weather, so the fighting types are boosted. How amazing. We usually always have cloudy weather here, so pretty good. Did get this last night. First lucky Machop, which I will be evolving. Let's go ahead and just do that now here. And I will be making a second team of Machamps so we can do some more Dialga duos, possibly even try for the Draco Meteor one. Wouldn't that be something? So the key is to have a second team of fighting Pokemon. Machamps probably more preferenced, but that's just depending on what kind of challenge you're trying to do. And yeah, me and Scarlet actually did it the hard way, max reviving our Machamps and barely making it. So pretty cool. That was our first try and we did it, but there is a lot easier way to get a better time if you've seen that duo that we did. So it finished at about 4 seconds, but the clock didn't show the confetti until 1 second. So this Machamp is looking great here. It's almost at its breaking point. Same with all of these 1000 CP Machops. If I power them up, they're all pretty much going to be their breaking point. So that's another good tip, is to try to evolve your highest CP. I mean, that's a given, right? That's a given. And another way to get a lot of Stardust, if you have some downtime and not too many spawns around you, and if you have a whole bunch of stacked tasks, you should do those. Make sure you turn on a star piece and just catch away, and you'll be able to accumulate a good amount of Stardust like that as well. And that's pretty much it, folks. And if you don't have, say, too many spawns in your area, but you have a few cluster spawns that you know about, you probably already know this, but rotate between them every 15 to 20 minutes and there should accumulate more spawns there for you. And that's just how I do it. Simple as that. It's very tedious, but the Stardust is climbing extremely fast. As you can see here, got a whole lot. I could have been well over that number right there if I continued to grind last night, but that's all right. We're going to get out there and get that Stardust. Now, how much Stardust do I predict I'm going to get by the end of this event, or at least have at the end of this event? I'm thinking probably around 8 million, hopefully. So yeah, that's what it is. When we have these double Stardust events, you have to absolutely take complete advantage of it. Make sure you always have a star piece on and go for it, because yeah, Stardust is literally the most valuable thing in this game. It's what we revolve around, powering up Pokemon. It literally costs Stardust to buy secondary move and to bring up the potential of your Pokemon in battle. So there you have a few tips from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. And also, when I said yesterday about the 25% boost for the Power Up Punch, it is a 25% boost, but it's not going to bring it up by the percentage that I said, okay? So take note of that. Nonetheless, let's go ahead really quick and look at that Lucario really fast, just so I can explain to you what I'm talking about here. Alright, so Lucario, and I was looking at this. I said, oh, it has 50 power, but when you swipe over to PvP, it's 40 power. And what's going to be better, Dynamic Punch or Power Up Punch? Well, it really depends. See, the way I look at it is Power Up Punch is charging fairly quick, and you'll be able to get off more faster than Dynamic Punch, although Dynamic Punch is pretty strong. And on the plus side, Power Up Punch is going to be powering up your counter, your quick move, so you'll be doing more damage in that regard as well. Continuously wearing off their shields and just tearing into their health with that Power Up Punch. So personally, I'm going to be a Power Up Punch guy. All right, counter, or should I say Dynamic Punch, is extremely good when you're going in raids. All right, when it comes to PvP, it's still really good. So it just depends. Go ahead and test it out and see how you like it. So if I was to get off 2 Power Up Punches and my attack was to be raised twice, Shadow Ball is going to be hitting hard, extremely hard. And same with counter. It's just going to be tearing through things that are, it's not even very effective too. So anyways, just thought I'd let you guys know that. Hope you enjoyed these tips. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And good luck out there, trainers, catching those Pokemon and grinding that Stardust. Take care.